Webpression uses the TinyMCE editor to provide HTML editing. As you can see here, it looks a lot like a word processor. To save your document, you click on the save icon, just as you would with a word processor. If you want to paste text from a word processor or other program as plain text, you can use the paste as plain text option, which will remove all formatting. If you want to retain formatting but remove unnecessary code, particularly from Word, you click on the paste from Word option. If you want to insert a link, highlight the text that you want to create a link on, click the link button, and in this case we'll type it in. And in this case I want the link to open in a new window, so I can choose that under the target. And then insert. We now have a link, and if I click within the link, if I wanted to remove it, I can click on the unlink icon. Now it's also possible to link to other web pages within a Webpression site, so I can click on a link and go to link list, which will then allow me to choose any of the pages on the site. Or if I've uploaded PDFs or Word documents, I could select them from a list. The table editor provides the ability to insert tables, various properties. If I want to insert an image, I can use the image insert button. In Webpression, first I need to select a folder, and then from the folder it will allow me to choose an image. So if I choose the editor, it will show a preview, and on appearance I can adjust the alignment properties and the size. Normally you should upload your images at the correct size to display on the page anyway, but if there's only a small adjustment, you can change by altering the dimensions, and with the constrained proportions option ticked, if you change either one dimension, the other will change appropriately as well. If for some reason you need to edit the HTML source code, you can click on the HTML button, which will then display the actual source. I don't need to change that. The insert embedded media is useful for inserting YouTube links. In this case you could simply paste the URL from YouTube. But make sure if you're using YouTube links you choose the option for the long URLs rather than the short ones, because they do not display within the page properly. Other options are standard alignment and font formatting. Also have the ability to insert special symbols from a table if you need them. If you've messed up your formatting and need to remove it, there is a clear formatting option. You can also insert superscripts and subscripts, and we have some basic paragraph styles defined, which you should normally use the heading styles where possible, because they will have been set up by your web designer to be consistent throughout the site. Your web designer can also define a list of styles that will be available. For example, if you want images to always be lined up centered, or some such thing, it's possible to define consistent styles so you don't have to format manually. If you do need manual formatting, there's actually the styles button where you can choose a variety of options. The font list is quite limited because this is a web page editor, and web fonts are fairly limited because not all computers have the same fonts installed on them. So the list is limited to what will work on all computers. or nearly all. There are a variety of options here. If you're not familiar with CSS, some of these may not make much sense, so unless you are familiar, probably a lot of these formatting options you may not use, but if you're a web designer or familiar with CSS, you can apply a range of formatting. Once you're finished, you simply click on Save, and the page will be saved.